Hello guys, welcome to Cafe at Simplify, and we are diving into our statistics, version number 3. In this transformative journey, let's embrace unity, determined focus with unwavering spirit to achieve all that we need. Yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Let's dive in. And they're saying in a recent issue of Economic Magazine, 84 economics conferences were announced. 4 conferences lasted 2 days. 36 lasted 3 days, 18 lasted 4 days, 19 lasted 5 days, 4 lasted 6 days, 1 lasted 7 days, 1 lasted 8 days, 1 lasted 9 days, and let x equals to the length in days of economic conferences. So we've already noted down that we are having 84 conferences, economic conferences. Yeah, we want to debate about matters of economic importance. And we are given days and frequencies. Like for example, the first one, 4 lasted 2 days. That means x, which is number of days. If x is 2, our frequency is what? Is 4. So this is how our data should appear like. Then they are saying 3 lasted 36 days. So we write 3, which is representing lasted 3. 36 lasted 3 days. So here we have frequency 36 lasted 3 days. Economic conferences, these are conferences. 36 conferences lasted 3 days. Then we have 4 lasted 18 days. So 14, not 18 lasted 4 days. So 18 conferences. Yeah, these frequencies representing conferences lasted 4 days. Then we have 19 conferences lasted 19 conferences lasted 5 days. Then 4 conferences lasted 6 days. Then we have 1 conference lasted 7 days, and another 1 conference lasted 8 days, and another 1 conference. You see all the number of days which I mean they are having very few conferences. It is something that requires pondering about, and we are going to meet in the questions. Yeah, and so here we get 84. When we sum, we should correspond to the number of conferences. Then we are told to organize the data in a chart. Yeah, we are done. And then you can close the table. Then find the mean, first quartile, third quartile, and we said whenever we see that, we should, at the back of our minds, know where the question is landing us into. That is constructing the box plot. How do we find our mean? We said that it's very imperative to find out which type of data this is, and we said we have types of data: grouped and ungrouped data. Grouped data is one which has intervals from this to this, 50 to 59, 60 to 69, while ungrouped data is data like this. It can have frequencies, well and good, but not in intervals. What does that call for? That means we have to know the formulas to apply whether for grouped or ungrouped data. So like for median, our median will be n plus 1 out of 2, y plus 1 to account for that 0 to 1 interval which is not accounted for in ungrouped data, and that means our n is 84 plus 185 divided by 2, we get 42.5. 42.5. This is position. So 42.5 position. What does that call for? To find out which number is in that, what is the frequency, where does that fall, which figure falls there. So when you get this plus this is 40 plus this 58. So that means our 40th, 42nd or 43rd position is in the range of this, and our x value is 4. So 4 becomes our median. Sorry. We come to the first quartile. So even as well, because this type of data is ungrouped, our quartile Q1, the formula will change, and it will be 1 out of 4 times n plus 1, which is 84 plus 1 to get 85 times 85, and our answer we get is a position. So we get 21 or 21st point 25 position. Okay, so this position is what we find out. So it is, the first one is 4, then 4 plus this is 40. That means our Q1 is a 3. Then if you get me, our Q1 is 3. Reason being, the first days, the first 4 conferences took 2 days. Then when it was this conference, the 21st year, it was in this 3rd day. That is the implication. So Q1 becomes 3. Probably I've explained that explicitly. Then the third quartile, third quartile, the formula still changes given the fact that it is ungrouped data, becomes 3 over 4 into n plus 1. What is our n plus 1? N is 84 plus 1, 85. And the answer we get here is a position. It's like in percentiles and all that, because our ultimate goal is to find out the x, or the number of days. And here we get 63.75 position. Yeah, that calls for finding out where does that frequency lie. So 40 plus 18, that is 58, and then plus 19, 77. That means it's falling in this range. That means our 63.7 conference fell under these 5 days. Or we find it under these 5 days, and that means our x there, or the Q3. Let me call it Q3 for simplicity. Q3 equals to 5. We are being told the 65 percentile. Yeah, I think now at this point I may clarify that when it comes to percentile, our n will not add a 1. Yeah, I'd given it to you as an assignment in the previous video. So that means we'll have 65th percentile will be 65 out of 100 times what? Times 84. And what we get, I still emphasize that it is a position. So we get 54.6. 54.6% position, and that falls under this 4, because here it is 58, which is equal to 4. We are looking for the x values, which are in number of days. And the 54th conference was already above the 36th conference, but below this 58. That's why the x value is 4. Then the 10th percentile, and then construct the box plot. 10th percentile will still be 10 over 100 times 84. And our answer we get is 8.4 value. 8.4 value. And when you come here, 8 falls in between 4. The 4th conference had ended, but the 36th conference had not ended. So it means our x value is 3. So giving us 3 was on the third day that this conference was held. So when we have to construct the box plot, we said the prerequisites, we find the mean, okay, then we find the max. We said in case the question has asked us to find the mean, we as well include it there, but they always say that they always have first found out what the median is. Yeah. Then Q1 and Q1 and Q3. Then Q1 and then Q3. Once we have this, we are able to do our box plot. So our mean value is a 2. Where is that data? Here. This is a 2. Yeah, our mean value here, x is a 2. And max is a 9. Median we found out is median is 4. Q1 is 3. And Q3 is 5. With all this, we are in the vast potential of drawing a very precise and accurate box plot. Yeah, that means we have this. Let me elongate this. Zero, 2. Yeah, I expect yours to be neater since I'm on a PC and I'm using a mouse. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And this is 6. Yeah. So the first one is 2, which is our minimum, and our maximum is a 9. Okay. Then we come to Q1 and Q1 and Q3. It is our Q1. Q1 is 3. So 3 is after 2. And Q3 is 5. 5 is here. So one thing to note is that this rectangle here occupies 50%. I'll join this to this, and we also join this to this. Then the median is the one which is always a solid line, and it is 4. In case we had the mean, it would be always lower and dotted. We can here indicate that Q1, which is a 3, then Q3, which is a 5, then maybe here median, which is a 4. This is 1. Sometimes this is drawn horizontally. Yeah, we'll find the lecturer's preference. They are telling us that the middle 50% of the conferences lasted from which day to which day. So this is the middle 50. It is found in between Q1 and Q3. So it lasted from day 3 to day 1 to day 5. That is the middle 50. This takes 25%. This one also takes 25%. This one takes the remaining 50. So calculate the sample mean of days of economic conferences. The sample mean of days of economic conferences. We said now this type of data is ungrouped. However, for it differs from the first, from the second one we had, and it's equals to the following formula. And our x, because it has a frequency, our x bar, which is the mean, will be equal to summation of fx out of n. That means you have this. That means you have 2 times 4 plus 3 times this plus this times this plus this, and all that. And our final answer will be 331 out of 84. And we get mean as 3.94. 3.94. Then we are instructed to find the standard deviation of the days of economic conferences, then the mode. The standard deviation will be calculated from, or you can calculate it from our formula, that standard deviation. Here, when you hear pages turning, that means I've also first tried out this stuff. It's summation of f into the x is these values here, x is these values here, then minus the x bar, which is the mean, minus x bar divided by now on standard deviation it is n minus 1. However, on mean we don't put minus 1. That is 136. 46. 48. Divided by 83. And we get standard deviation as 1.1.28. What does that call for? That calls for 1.28. That calls for us to explicitly include these details of x minus x bar, then x minus x bar squared on this, yeah, include x minus x bar, then and then also x minus x bar squared. Then you can as well include f times x minus x bar squared. Yeah, and so the next question says, if you are planning for an economic conferences, which would you choose as the length of the conferences, mean, median, and mode? So you are planning for an economic conference, which would you choose as the length of the conferences? The length of the conferences. So which would we choose? The mean, median, or mode? So we see that these are the lengths of the conferences, the days, and probably we choose theory, which is the mode. Yeah, we'll choose theory as the mode. Why? Because in 3 days you can hold as many economic conferences as possible, yet in 3 days. It means we are using less resources. Yes, the mode which in 3 days is the best choice because it occurs more frequently. A short conference is preferred, like the days are not so many, and we are maximizing attendance in conferences. And the last one. Give 2 reasons why you think 3 to 5 days seem to be popular lengths of economic conferences. First of all, they are cost efficient. That means shorter conferences are cheaper for organizing and attendances, and they are convenient. Attendances can easily fit 3 to 5. I think you can see in the number of people. Yeah. So conferences, they can easily be scheduled, attendance is high, yeah, cost effective. It's like having a school of 3,000 students and a school of 2,000. You find the same number of teachers is needed, but there they are teaching 3,000, here they are teaching 2,000. So it means the one for 3,000 is benefiting more. Yeah, that's it. Have a bright day, and we'll meet next week or meet for other course units. Bye-bye. Share, like, and subscribe. Pharaoh had simplified. Yes, getting the best we deserve.